live. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if I can get Isabel in here. COV, covered in pet hair. Excited. Hopefully we can get you Isabel in here. But while you're waiting for Isabel to get in here, we're talking about the... Oh! Yay! That was so quick. All right. Do you want to go live on the other places before we start?
We sure can.
Our spiel.
Well, your spiel. I'm just going to ask you questions.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to the Weekly Pet Roundup, everybody.
Hello and welcome. So happy you're here. I'm so happy we're here.
Me too. I'm so happy we're making it work. I'm sitting on the floor and you are in front of some really cute cards that were not sent to you.
They are not mine at all. I am not oh, well, I guess I'm technically a step grandma, but that's a whole other thing. But yes.
I did not know that about you. Hold on. I did not know that about you. You're a grandma?
My husband's daughter has 3 children.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, the oldest is
look good,
7.
Grandma. You're looking good, Grandma.
By the way, hello. Thank you for being here. Let us know if you can hear us okay. If you're having any audio issues, because this is like an ongoing thing we're trying to fix and figure out for you guys. On that note, just heads up, by the way, I did find out on the episode we did, was it last week, on the nationwide canceling everybody? The audio on the YouTube video was much better, so I replaced the audio on the podcast. So if you had bad audio, go back and re-download that episode, and it should be much, much better.
That's great news. Yay.
So yes. Yes, okay. I figured that out Sunday and just forgot to tell anybody about it.
Well, that's great news.
Yes, so we're talking about the More You Know Pet Wellness Summit, which was held in Williamsburg, Virginia this past weekend. I'm gonna be all, I don't know that lady's name, Pinky Patel, about this and do my microphone right here.
Where's your chopstick?
Yes, I don't have my chapstick. I just don't have anything to like attach it to. So the More You Know Pet Wellness Summit, hosted by the Nautical Dog, which is the absolute cutest indie pet store I have ever been in. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I actually still have footage of the store that I need to put into I have so much footage that I need to put into a reel. We all know how this goes. I have show and tell as well. So I have like my whole swag bag and yeah. So what do you want to know? How are you?
First of all, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. I am in my mom's bedroom in Miami. My kids are both on their tablets next to me because if you joined us last week, you know that the loudest plumber on the face of the planet showed up to check out some stuff at my mom's house, and all you could hear was some speaking. And then my kids got into like a fight. Somebody got hurt. All this while we were live. No, not like sad, like bad. So they are now separated, but in the same room as me. And if you see me glare like that, that's my mom face, and that's what's going to happen. But if you see me walk away, it's because something embarrassing is happening that I'm not going to share, but it has something to do with children. And then the reason I'm sitting on the floor is because this is the only way to get like a good lighting, decent internet. So I apologize in advance. It's chaotic, but we didn't want to miss it because I'm going to be here another week next week. The week after that, we're traveling, so we don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
So
and by the way, I see Innovative Pet Lab is here. I don't know who that might be, Jamie. I'm not sure, but Innovative Pet Lab was one of the sponsors, and they were at the Nautical Dog this weekend at the event, and it was so good to see Jamie and Lacey and Betsy who we had this conversation because I called her Betsy on one of our lives when she joined, and everybody was like, I don't know what the deal was. I guess just because she's a doctor, and so most people call her either like nobody, she doesn't know what she wants people to call her, right? She's like, it just sounds weird to be called a doctor all the time, right? In every social setting. But she's like, no, it's okay. You can call me Betsy.
You can call me Betsy. I like that. I feel like
She's
she needs to write a
adorable.
book called "You Can Call Me Betsy."
How cute would that
I
be?
know. I love it.
Oh,
It's such a cute title.
no, you're good.
Okay, so for those who are not familiar with the Pet Wellness Summit, the more you know, tell us what it is, what it entails, kind of like a little
Yeah.
rundown of like how long it was, when it
Mm-hmm.
started, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So this is the second year and it has exploded. So it's a summit for pet parents, but being on the other side as being somebody who's actually like in the holistic pet health space, having a podcast, doing all the things, um, I think we get as much out of it as pet parents do who come and attend.
Sure.
But the whole point is for pet parents to come and attend and to learn and to be educated. And so the way it was set up this year, there was Saturday all day, 8 to, I think it didn't end until like 6.
Wow.
Because what happened this year, it was supposed to end at like, it probably would have ended around 5, but the schedule kind of had to be a little bit adjusted because the headliners were Rodney Habib and Dr. Karen Becker, and they did their first ever live Inside Scoop podcast with the audience at the More You Know Pet Wellness Summit. So that went from 5 to 6.
Super cool.
So it kind of had to like adjust the schedule of the day a little bit and kind of push people through things a little bit quicker. But that was really, really cool and something they had never done before. They had a huge panel. All of the veterinarians in attendance were on the panel. Lots of other experts on the panel. But so it started this year, again, the whole idea is to bring pet parents in so that they have access to these wonderful speakers in the pet health space about how to better care for their pets and the science behind how to better care for your pets. Because as Rodney and Karen say, one of the, when they kind of had to define what a 2.0 pet parent was when they were pitching these books to the publishers who, and we all know the story, everybody turned them down. Finally, HarperCollins was like, we'll take a chance on you. And they had to define what a 2.0 pet parent was. And what they came up with is that these are pet parents who ask why. So when pet parents ask why, instead of just taking information at face value, right? Like your dog is scratching. Do you go to the vet and say, give me medication for this? Or do you go to the vet and say, why is this happening? Right? Like that's the difference. And it makes a huge difference. So to one, hopefully kind of bring more pet parents over to the 2.0 pet parent side. But also people, pet parents who are already here with us, wanting to learn more, wanting to do better, to bring all of these people for this really intimate event. It was like, I don't remember the exact number of tickets. She said it's a small venue. It was like maybe 125. It's small, so pretty intimate. I mean, obviously there have been smaller, but it was very intimate, and to be able to see these people in person, to ask the questions that you want to ask, it's something that yes, everybody does lives, we all do Q&As, we're all accessible online, but it's different when you go see somebody in person and you can actually shake their hand and they're looking at you in the face and smiling and telling you you're doing a good job with your pet. Like, how amazing is that? So the speaker lineup this year was Dr. Katie Woodley, Billy Hoekman, Angela Ardolino, Dr. Karen Becker, and Rodney Habib. And then Sunday morning, Innovative Pet Lab sponsored Coffee Talk is what they called it. So Bryce and Kenzie of BK Pets and Jay and Adrian of Two Crazy Cat Ladies, just we very, very intimate. I think there was like 25 tickets sold for this. It was super small inside of the store. We all got to come together, have mimosas and danishes, and the crowd just got to ask questions, to Bryce and Kenzie and Jay and Adrian. And what was really cool was that we also had Dr. Katie Kangas there, so she stepped in and answered a lot of questions for people. And it was just like my cup is full from this weekend. Absolutely, because in addition to the speakers who are incredible and yes, they draw the crowd, the sponsors and vendors, I mean, they fill my cup just as much because they are just as important, just as knowledgeable, and provide the same value from behind the stage, right? It's a totally different, like, pet parents don't look at it the same, but it's like, what's really interesting to me is that in this community, yes, we all have our own kind of things that we know about and maybe do better,
Right.
but that we all have the same passion, a lot of the same education and understanding. So even whether you're talking to somebody who's on the stage or you're talking to one of the vendors at a booth during a break, you are getting some of the most incredible information to help you be a better pet parent. So that's kind of something that I don't think people talk enough about.
Yeah, I think that it's one of those things where, yes, you can tune into podcasts, you can tune in to live. This is the closest thing to like an Ask Me Anything kind of thing where you can actually ask about your specific situation. Where everybody's situations are so different. Your pet might have a different history. You have this access to all these veterinarians that are very different from the veterinarians, at least I have access to, right? So it's really, really cool. I mean, I feel like it pays dividends to attend one of these things because of the knowledge that you gain, especially if you're a pet pro, right? Like, let's say that you're not necessarily in the holistic pet space like you are, but you are like a pet sitter, dog walker, dog trainer, something like that, where you want to learn more, but maybe there's not a certification you really want to take. You want to just learn. You want to be a sponge and you want to take things in. We can all learn from other people's experiences, from other people's questions. And I love how small the format is, because really with this lineup of speakers, you could probably have filled, like a 100-person space easily.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, it's sold out in 36 hours, so yeah.
So how many people did you say, more or less?
It was either 125 or 150. It feels more like 125. But then, like, with all the vendors and everybody, it was probably closer to 150.
That's still pretty big, considering it was held in, like, a store. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it was actually big. In, like, the town hall, which is, like, right around the corner from the store.
Cool. Perfect. Okay, cool.
No, so the Coffee Talk was in the store, which is why it was like 25 tickets. But the actual event was like at the town hall, like right around the corner. Yeah.
I want to go next year because I have a client in the Hampton Roads area that I would love to see and go with. She and I can brainstorm a lot of things, a lot of writing, a lot of blogs, a lot of social media together if we went together. So I have not even run this by her, but I want us to go next year. So is it always in July? Are they already talking about dates for next year?
She announced the speaker lineup. It is July 12th next year. Same time, same place. July 12th. And do you want to talk about this year and then we'll talk about who the speaker lineup is next year, or do you want to go ahead and
yeah. So before you go any further, when do I need to buy tickets for next year?
So the tickets will go on sale, I think she said either the first or second week of January.
Okay, good to know. Everybody mark your calendars. So yes. So I have questions for you.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But let me just give my daughter a reminder that we cannot hang on the IS bed. Thank you. Okay. So my first question for you is, what was the highlight for you? Like the speaker you were most looking forward to, or the topic you were most looking forward to before you even attended?
Boy. So, first of all, and I'm sure I'm a little biased, but I always 100% enjoy listening to whatever topic Billy puts together because I am very nerdy and like science driven. And as much as I love listening to all of the other speakers, don't get me wrong, like I and absolutely love all of them and know them all personally. And they put out some incredible content and information for pet parents. It is Billy does form his talks to pet parents as well, but I feel like the other speakers are more like very, very, very practical and like these are action items,
Yeah, they use
takeaways for
layman's terms and such. Yeah, make it
yes,
accessible.
and Billy does do that to some degree, but I feel like his talks are a little more high level. And so for somebody that's been in the space for so long, I I thrive. Like I don't get a lot of challenges, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
Not to say
no,
that I know
I get it.
everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
everything,
Exactly. No, exactly.
but to be challenged into thinking about something I already feel like I know about and challenged to think about it in a different way, that's
Yeah,
exciting for me. And I
for
think
sure.
Billy does that a lot and does that really well. And so I'm always excited to hear what he has to say.
Okay. So my next question is, what was the most fascinating thing you learned? Something that was new information for you.
So, oh, I'm looking for my phone and I'm on my phone. So I had made a note because the
She
name of
learned
this,
that she needs a nap.
I learned how few hours of sleep I can operate on. Um,
Yes.
so there's this, I wrote down the name of this bacteria. It's Fusilo something bacteria, and I will have to pull it up out of my notes app at some point. That it doesn't matter what kind of antibiotic is given to an animal or to us, but we were specifically obviously talking about cats and dogs. Doesn't matter what antibiotic is taken, it completely obliterates this one bacteria. And we're not going to get it anywhere else except for in dirt. So if you are not in contact with healthy dirt, you don't have this particular bacteria, and this particular Fusobacillus something, I don't know, I will have to look it up. In fact, maybe I can pull it up on my computer on my notes app. Fusobacteria, that's what it's called. So if you don't have this bacteria, or you don't have enough of this bacteria, you cannot process protein. So if we think about dogs, for instance, they've been on a course of antibiotics, and we are reintroducing, their foods to them. Say we're trying to do better. Something has happened, right, in our lives, in our pet's life, where they got really sick. They had to undergo all of this treatment, veterinary care, and we're learning and we're learning, and we're like, you know what? I'm going to switch to a fresh food diet because I know this is what is best for my dog. How many times have we talked to somebody who said, I tried to feed my dog a raw food diet and they didn't do well on it? Or I tried to feed my dog fresh food and they didn't do well on it. Well, if that bacteria is not present in the gut,
Right.
yeah, they're not processing
Yeah.
the protein, so they're not going to do well on it. So we need to reintroduce this bacteria that it should be present, and it is only found in healthy soil. Isn't that crazy? It's fascinating to me. You're learning what fascinates me.
No, I agree. I think that, we always blame enzymes and stuff, but we forget
Mm-hmm.
that the bacteria in our digestive tract also serves very important purposes. So let's see, for a pet parent, just like who was starting their journey into, you know, holistic veterinary care, just wetting, you know, their toe in this world, who do you think was the speaker they really like? Somebody listening who did not participate,
Yeah.
who do you think would be the best speaker for them to start to follow if they don't already?
I'm gonna say, as much as I would like to say Rodney, he already has such a big following. I'm gonna say Dr. Katie Woodley. I really like, she has this very calming presence about her. The way she presents her ideas and topics is very grounded and calm, and you got this, and you don't have to do everything all at once. And like the way that I'm speaking right now, like that's how she makes me feel when I'm talking to her. Like I'm just like, I am just like so like I feel like listening to her speak activates your parasympathetic nervous system. And that's an insane thing to say, but so like because it's so overwhelming
Mm-hmm.
when we start learning about all of these things. So that would be the reason why I would choose her, is because I feel like if you start listening to her, you're not going to feel so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I love Dr. Katie Woodley. I follow her too. I know her personally, thanks to you. And yeah, she has a really good way of, first of all, very personable and
Mm-hmm.
very attainable, like approachable. She's a doctor, she's a veterinarian, but she talks to you like she's like a friend.
Yes.
I like that a lot. Okay, so how about for somebody who is already kind of doing all the things? Was there any standout news speaker that like was part of the group that you don't feel like gets enough attention, that has so much to give that people may not know about?
You know, people watching this probably do know about her, but I can't say enough amazing things about Angela Ardolino. Um, she is so passionate about healing pets.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not, none of us are gimmicky. None of us are like, my product is the only product you need. None of us are saying only listen to me, you don't need to listen to anybody. So like it's none of that. We're all very collaborative and cooperative. But her passion for digging into how the body works, and finding and understanding that every single pharmaceutical on the market is based on something from nature. I think that's something that so many of us just don't understand. We're not playing God. We're trying to play God, right? Like we're saying, oh, like just look at the cannabis plant, right? We're
Yeah.
trying to play God and say, well, I only want X, Y, and Z out of this plant, right? When nature put that plant there in its whole form for a reason. And that's what the pharmaceutical companies do. They
Right.
find something in nature that works, extract one thing out of it that they think is the main compound of it that is causing it to work for whatever ailment, and making that in a synthetic form, marketing it, and telling you that what you find in nature is bad and you can't use it.
Right.
So she is very, very passionate about that, and the extent of the research that she has done in creating the products that she has created blows me away. Like literally blows me away. And I forget what your question was and why I started on this, but that whatever
That,
your question was, Angela Ardolino.
if
Yeah,
people
yeah.
aren't following somebody, that they should be following Angela. Yeah, I agree. Angela's great, and I mean, she loves old pets, extending their lives. She
Yes.
has a rescue for old dogs, and she's had such success with these pets
Yeah.
that she's taken in that were like people just gave up on them, and then she got in there and
Right.
proved that they had plenty more life to live, which I think
And
as somebody who's
quality
had
of life.
exactly as somebody
Yeah.
who's had so many old dogs in the past 5, 6, 8 years, I I think that it's so important for us to, use all our resources when we're caring for our seniors, because longevity is a possibility. It just has to be,
Yeah.
you just have to do your homework and your research and yeah, invest and all that stuff. But Angela Ardolino is perfect to follow for like that kind of stuff. I do have a question about the social aspect of it. I know you know everybody who is at the event mostly because you attended a bunch of stuff. Noah and Mila. Thank you. They are friends of yours, so I was wondering, like, what was it like socially? Was it like what was the energy like? Was it all like a big reunion? A lot of new faces, some new faces.
It was such a big reunion. I was blown away by how many people came. I did get to meet a couple of new people. I got to meet Flo in person. We've done stuff together. We recently did a live together. We're planning more lives together. I got to meet her in person, and I just freaking love her so much. Um, and I got to meet Charlie and Larry from Paldega. So that like getting to meet new people is certainly a highlight. And I love that. And but yes, outside of that, it's just like this big reunion of everybody who you love just coming together. And it's always a party when Jay and Adrian show up. So they
It's
were
true. It's
there and
true.
it was a party
It's
all
true.
weekend.
I love it. Okay, tell us about the
Oh, I
social
can't
aspect. What do
hear
you guys
you
do after? Oh,
on the
sorry.
computer. I don't know about
I muted
Instagram, but
my.
I listen.
I muted.
Oh,
I
okay.
muted because I muted because I was going to yell at my children.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I've made enough faces now. I had to physically get
Yeah.
up and look at them and say separate. Sit down, please. So I want to know what it was like after. Was there happy hour? Was there going out? Did you guys call it a night early, which I highly doubt? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so the night before, all of the speakers and had except Karen and Rodney, because I don't think they got in early enough. Um, we had a big dinner and like, to do all of your, oh my God, how have you been screaming when you walk in the door thing.
Yeah, out of the
We're
way.
not knocking down walls
Out of the way
like we
before
did
the
it.
professional part of it. Yeah.
We're not knocking down walls like we did at Super Zoo last year. And yes, and then Saturday after the event, a bunch of us, speakers and vendors went and had dinner together again. And then Sunday after the coffee talk, Sunday after the coffee talk, right after the coffee talk, oh, Jay and Adrian and I did a live from the Cat Cove at the Nautical Dog. It's called Swartzy's Cat Cove, and they have at the time they had I think 16 adoptable cats in there, but they're always like replenishing the cats from the local humane society, and adopting out cats from there. So we did a live on hyperthyroidism in cats, and they announced that they are getting ready to come out with a new product that Rita Hogan is helping them put together for hyperthyroid kitties, because interestingly enough, I'm getting on a tangent here. Interestingly enough, during Rodney's talk on Saturday, he brought up cats, and the fact that in 1980, 1 in every 200 cats were being diagnosed hyperthyroid, and today, well, about 2 years ago, 1 in every 12 cats are being diagnosed hyperthyroid.
Wow.
So, and then, some of the research around that. So that kind of helped fuel our talk on Sunday around hyperthyroid kitties. Super excited for that collaboration between the Two Crazy Cat Ladies and Rita Hogan on that herbal supplement that they're doing. So, but right after that, the three of us went and met everybody else who was already having lunch together. So that was super fun. And then everybody kind of dispersed after that because people were starting, to leave town, and everybody was exhausted. And yeah, it was a whirlwind, but it was absolutely amazing. I know, getting to see the pet parents that were coming by the tables in the vendor area that were attending the VIP events. It was so, so incredible. There was, right after the event, Rodney and Karen had like a book signing. I forgot to say that. So there were a lot of pet parents who paid to, come to the book signing and get their pictures taken with Rodney and Karen. And so it was just super, super fun all weekend. And even without all of that, to me, the education is fun. And seeing pet parents who are trying to get this information to be better pet parents is so fun for me. Just knowing that there are people out there that are like, yeah, I want to do better, and I want to know why I need to do better, and then what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and also what's really cool about all of this learning is that it overflows into the way we care for ourselves, for our children, for our families, right? So it's like we learn something about an herb that helps cats or dogs, and we realize the power of herbals and medicinals in nature. And start to kind of rethink the way we care for ourselves. So like I think that there's nothing better than opening your eyes and having, and these are the kind of mentors that are going to open your eyes in like a really safe, gentle way, non-judgmental way. I don't think that that's the case in every, conference or summit that you go to, since you sit there and you're like overwhelmed and feeling self-conscious. And in this case, like knowing so many of you who were there, I find that it's such a safe space, which is really what's most important when it comes to learning. What were you, other than obviously doing your with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies, you shared a fantastic, I guess, feature that you had that was done on you in the magazine. So tell us all about that.
Yes. So this magazine is so cute. First of all, Amanda Wilborn, who owns the Nautical Dog, is a good friend. I love her to death. Literally, she's an amazing person. I tell everybody who brings her up to me that she is one of the best marketers I have ever come across in my life. She just happens to own a pet store. And so she put this magazine together this year, which is just the absolute cutest thing I have ever seen in my life. And what she did was she reached out to all of the speakers and all of the vendors and said, contribute, please. And so I have a funny story about Billy and that if you want to hear it. So I submitted an article that I actually took 3 blogs that I wrote and combined them together to put what I was hoping was going to be a really good piece of information in this magazine for pet parents, because the whole goal was for pet parents to take this away and keep it because it has such valuable information in it. And I think all of the speakers and vendors really came through and made that happen. So yes, this magazine is awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Everybody that contributed an incredible piece of content. Flo from Crude Carnivore contributed a recipe and an article, just in case Billy happens to see this. She did both. And then we got these really cute swag bags full of stuff from vendors. There's like, so Goodness Gracious has all of this. It's called Woohoo Food in a Pinch. It's I guess it's a bar of food that you rehydrate. I had actually not seen this before. And I met Lauren with Girls Gone Raw, so I'm really excited to try this quail egg powder for my cats that she gave everybody.
Nice.
So cute. I know, right? She also gave up a whole bunch of furry things.
Oh, cute.
Things. I know these are rabbit's feet. I don't really remember what this is, but anyway.
I wouldn't want them in my house, but I'm sure the dogs would.
And there's so much stuff in here. Oh, and then Dr. Katie Kangas, who is a integrative veterinarian in San Diego, is coming out with a homeopathic line. I'm so excited for it. They only brought 2 of them to the show, and I bought them. Where are they? So they have one called Tummy, and this is something that you use when you need it. So like you add filtered water to it when your dog gets an upset stomach, and it's good for like 3 weeks or something like that in the fridge. So you dose it over the 3 weeks.
Perfect.
And keep them back to normal. And then this one is called Dental, and you can use it every day for oral health. And they were sampling this one, and I put it on my gums, and I was a little worried at first because it has myrrh in it, and I'm like, ooh, this is going to taste nasty, and it doesn't. So really excited for her new line of homeopathics that she's coming out with. I think homeopathy is really, really interesting, and also something that a lot of people try. Hi, how are you?
Okay, now you're gone.
I can hear.
Okay, now you're gone. That's
I think
Noah. He's 6, almost 7.
Almost 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
that's enough. Go to your top.
bored to tears.
He is bored to tears. So after this, we're gonna go to Home Depot.
Oh.
I'm sitting in a dog chair.
You're sitting in a dog chair. Get out of the dog bed. You know the dog doesn't like that. Get. All right.
So I think a lot of people try homeopathy and it doesn't work, and then they write it off. And my very limited understanding of homeopathy is that it is so specific, so individualized, not to your condition, but your symptoms of that condition. And we all kind of experience different symptoms for the same things, and we experience those symptoms in varying degrees, and that is how homeopathy works. So having like blanket, this homeopathy for this condition, this homeopathy for that condition, I don't think works very often. Like, I think you're lucky if it does, but I think homeopathy works best if you're actually working with a homeopath to narrow down exactly, okay, your throat hurts. Well, how does it hurt? Does it feel like shards of glass? Does it just feel dry? How, you know what I mean? Like, these are different symptoms for the same thing.
Absolutely. I use homeopathy with my kids a lot, especially in the infant stage, because they can't tell you what hurts, but you can observe and you can hear. And so like for teeth, the popular ones are like belladonna, which also can work for fevers, and like chamomilla, but like that didn't work for my kids. And it was through like checking how they were, like the temperament, how it affected their temperament. Are they fussy? Are they more sleepy? Are they this? Are they that? You can come up with the better match. Noah, please, I'm trying to speak. Very, very distracting. So please go. For my kids, what worked really well was Calcarea carbonica, and it's something that we're using with my sister's baby now, because I feel like he has similar reaction to the teething that they did. So yeah, I think it's so important to know. And thankfully for humans, there's a lot of, like, if you go online and you go to one of these, like the Homeopathic Association of the US or whatever, they have like sore throat. Is it scratchy? Is it sore? Is it raw? Is it red? Is it not? And like you can find it. But with pets, yeah, it's harder because we don't have as much of an understanding, and because they can't give us feedback, it's much harder in the sense of homeopathy. What I love about homeopathy also is that it's so safe. So if it's the wrong remedy, it's not going to hurt you. Whereas, you know, with pharmaceuticals, like think about SSRIs. If it's the wrong SSRI for anxiety or depression, you're going to have like a worsening of symptoms, which doesn't usually happen in homeopathy. The only time that happens is when it's the right remedy and you're just maybe overdoing it. That's when you have a worsening of symptoms. So it's really cool. I love homeopathy, and I really do feel like it's just not being used enough in pets yet. I know some people think it's like snake oil. I swear by it. And my husband was one of those people that thought, like, what the heck is homeopathy? I grew up my family's European, and in Europe there are a lot of homeopaths. You know, it's very common. I remember going to like, you know, an apothecary in Barcelona with like the old school apothecary when I was little. So I was always a big believer. My husband was like, this little pellet's not going to do anything until you see the benefit with teething. And then you're like, oh my God, the second that child got that on his tongue, the way it changed his temperament, his overall demeanor, like you can tell there was like some kind of soothing happening. And
yeah,
you know, it's they don't understand, so it's not like placebo, right? Like they don't understand what you just gave them,
right.
So it's really cool to see.
And that's the coolest thing about our pets, I think, is that they don't have a placebo effect. So I can take homeopathy for myself and not know if it was a placebo effect or not, right? But I can give it to my pet and see whatever it is, whether it's CBD or homeopathy or, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, they don't have a placebo effect. Right. So it either works or it doesn't work. And that's what I love about it. So
exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to log off soon because I hear my children in the other room fighting. You know, this is so hard to do when you have a 4- and 6-year-old and very few consequences. Because everything that could be a consequence is physical activity, and they need it because they're not in school and they're not going to camp. So it's very difficult for me to discipline right now because I can't take away pool time because it's the only exercise they're going to get in 89 degrees and like 100% humidity. So forgive me for my 4- and 6-year-olds who are right now screaming at each other. But tell us, like, wrap us up, get us excited for next year. Tell us why it was a great event and what you're looking forward to for next year.
Well, it's such a great event because of the energy. I think the energy is what does it all for me. But she announced the speaker lineup for next year, and that is absolutely insane. So it is going to be Amy Renz of Goodness Gracious.
Yes, love her.
Oh my God, she is when she speaks, you listen. Rita Hogan, canine herbalist.
Awesome. Herbalist, yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on one other. There is one more, and now I can't think of it. And then there was one more that was there I think it's Dr. Katie Kangas. And then the two that weren't there who sent in videos is Susan Thixton of Truth About Pet Food. And
I'm definitely going, yes.
And then the headliner is Dr. Connor Brady.
Really?
I'm so excited. Yes, I am so excited.
That is super cool. That is super cool. I love it. So it is just the 5 speakers. Are there anybody else? Like, does anybody else contribute throughout? Those are your headliners, but there's how many speakers total usually?
No, that's it, because it's one day, so you can only get so many in a day. but yeah, I'm sure between whoever the MC is going to be, between who the vendors are going to be, the vendors and sponsor. I mean, it like I was saying earlier, yes, getting to hear from these speakers is absolutely incredible. Getting to talk to these speakers one-on-one is incredible. You're getting the same experience when you talk to the vendors because they have so much knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just amazing to me the access that people get when they go to events like this.
Yes, for sure. And let Amanda know that I want to throw my hat in for MC. I love MCing conferences. Please let me do my stand-up routine. Yes, so I would love to be considered. So I love this recap. I feel like I was there. It only made me more excited to attend next year if I can. I don't think we'll be in Miami next summer because I think we're outgrowing these little
Yeah.
summer trips. We need to have more routine and enrichment, child
Yeah.
enrichment.
Well, I very much. Oh, okay. I'm ending. We're finishing. Okay, sorry. So thank you for bearing with all of that going on to be here. We all appreciate it.
Oh, well, it's
Thank you.
my pleasure to be here. Thank you guys for bearing with all that's going on over here. Thank you for making yourself available to tell us all this while you were visiting family. The summer is crazy, but we want to commit to this. So next week we will be back. Then the following week we'll have to take a break because I'll be on the road. But obviously you can still do this if you want to, but we will be looking at another topic to discuss next week, and we'll let you know what it is. If you have any recommendations, please let us know. And I will be sure I have a chargeable computer for that one.
I hope you get it.
Thank you. Me too. I'm going to go and get to work now. All right, guys. Thanks again. You guys have a great afternoon.
Yeah. Bye, guys.